You're Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Stefan Joyner, and I welcome you to the Joyner Family Channel. Yes, Stefan Joyner, aka Tricky J, aka a lot of things. You know what it is. You know what we do. So let's get into it. Today we got a couple of topics I wanted to get into. Let's start on a happy note. Tyler, the Creator's new album. I listened to it this morning. And, I'm not going to lie, it's not my original cup of tea when it comes to, hip hop music. It's not, something I would regularly pop in. But I like the fact that he's taking chances. He's trying something different. And I saw an interview where he was talking about basically saying, people don't dance anymore. They don't dance no more. And I have to, what Goody Mob say? People don't dance no more. All they do is this. Whatever this is, I know at my age, I don't want to be in the club standing around with a bunch of sausages. Every video or clip I see, that's what it is. So, do you. Um, the project as a whole is decent. I like Sucker Free. I'm looking at it right now. I like Don't Tap the Glass. And like I said, I'm gonna listen to it some more to try to, really absorb the vibe. But like I say, the fact that he's trying something different and it's needed in hip hop today. It's needed. Like everything can't be a Clips album. Everybody can't be on that. But everybody can't be on a Drake status either. You know what I'm saying? There used to be a point in time in this where you could turn on the radio or whatever your listening features were, and you can listen to a bunch of, like, I could listen to Tribe Called Quest, then I might be able to listen to some Mobb Deep, then I might be able to pop in some Gangstar, then I might be able to pop in, you know what I'm saying, different, some Outkast. I might be able to pop these things in, and it's like it's all hip hop, but everybody has their own sound. It seems like nowadays, for a little bit now, Griselda came and kind of, and OT and them and Ransom and they came and don't get me wrong, Tyler and his gang, they always been different. They came in the game innovating, but for the most part, everybody sounds the same. You know what I'm saying? So for him to come with this album, I kudos to him. Kudos to him. I can't lie to you. I'm still stuck on that POV verse. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But kudos to Tyler, the Creator. Let's get into this buffoon, though. I'm not gonna call him a buffoon. I don't want to come on here and talk bad about people that look like me. But when you do buffoonery, I just feel like it has to be addressed. Aries Spears, man. If you know him, he's a comedian. I wouldn't even call him an actor. I haven't seen him in a lot of movies. So he goes on Snitch TV. Oh, my bad, Vlad TV. And, decides he wants to talk in a disrespectful way to one of our icons, about one of our icons. And when I say one of our icons, I'm talking about a man who's dedicated his whole life to this culture. I'm talking about a man who's put numerous people on. Right now, he's giving athletes a second chance right now as we speak. The one and only, the Dundada. You know what I'm saying? My man, who has the best diss record ever. Yeah, I said it. We can get into that in another video. Ice Cube. I need to get a round of applause. I need to get because the man definitely deserves that. So Aries Spears, he went on, Vlad TV, and he basically calls Ice Cube's music, his movies, basically saying he's not impressed by any of that. Now I took it two ways. One way is he's clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? These guys have figured out this algorithm or whatever. So, they're going to get on here and say whatever to try to build some traction. And I'm like, but I just feel like that's like too far, especially like you're not in the hip hop game. You're not a hip hop artist. You're not a movie director. Like I just feel I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. Like not Ice Cube, man. He didn't did too much. You know what I'm saying? No Ice Cube, there's no Mike Epps. And it might have been a Mike Epps. It might have still been a Cat Williams. But would the impact have been? Because, you know what I'm saying, Day and Money Mike are pivotal characters in these guys' careers. And they know it. They've said it. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And then for you to say none of his movies impressed you. See, and then also too, that's that New York bias. See, because they do that, because if Ice Cube was from New York and he made them type of movies, Aries Spears would probably be on his testicle. But since he's a West Coast guy, you know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact, especially if you listen to hip hop in the 90s, early 2000s, Cube was on a rampage going at them guys. Because the East versus West thing was going on, and Cube was waving the West flag adamantly, and killing it, and going platinum while he was doing it. Yeah. If you don't believe me, you need to go back and listen to them West Side Connection albums. Like he went at a lot of your favorite rappers and they knew better than to respond. You know what I'm saying? And then we're not even going to get into the movies. And then right now we got the big three going on. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the contract for Black America, which I was mad at black people when Cube came with that, because he came with the contract of Black America. You can still read it, look it up, you can still get it. And basically it spoke on different funds that will sit down federally to different states for immigration. And his thing was black people are the number one immigrants. Facts. And basically his thing was we don't see any of that money. We don't see any of that. And Democrats lost their mind because, he tried to get a listen from them. They shunned him like they always do. But I'm not going to turn this into a political thing, but they shunned him. And, Trump gave him his ear. And everybody, he a Trump, he Trump this, he Trump that. No, y'all didn't listen. And who is Ice Cube? Like I said, somebody who's dedicated his whole career to our culture. You know what I'm saying? If you've listened to his music, he's deep into politics. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It gets the gangster rap title, but when you go and listen, yeah, it's way deeper than that. And they need to give that man his flowers and his props. And I'm going to say again, Ice Cube has one of the best diss records ever made. If you don't know, it's called No Vaseline. And I call it one of the best because it ended careers. After Cube dropped No Vaseline, NWA didn't come with another album ever. They never came with another album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and for Aries Spears to be talking about him, I don't understand. I don't know. And I still got respect for Aries Spears. I've laughed at his comedy. I like when he does his impressions and everything. Mad TV was cool. But it seems like you're hating, guy. It seems like you're clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? You're going on Snitch TV and you're saying a lot of wild things. But I'm not going to dig deep into Ice Cube's music career right now. That's for another video because I got some opinions on that that's going to blow your mind. And it's going to piss some people off. Last but not least, though, man, and this is a sad thing. When I heard this, I couldn't believe it. I was sitting in my car. I was actually at the dispensary. And I'm sitting and I look on my Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends was like, R.I.P. Theo. I'm like, what's this guy talking about? And I dig a little deeper. Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you know who that is, he played Theo in one of the most pivotal shows in black culture, The Cosby Show. I don't think they'll ever make another show like that. I don't think they want to make another show like that. And then he also did Malcolm and Eddie. That was a show with him and Eddie Griffin. And, he directed numerous shows after that and things of that nature. I mean, and I remember Malcolm Jamal Warner. I remember him. He directed Special Ed's video, The Magnificent. I mean, we're talking like, I'm a hip hop head. We're talking maybe that was like 89, 88, 89. Yeah. I am The Magnificent. If you go back and you look at that video, Malcolm Jamal Warner's in that video. He directed that. I want to say he might have got his directorial debut with that. I'm not sure. I just want to say R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo, whatever you want to call the man. Gone too soon, man. The brother looked good too. The brother's 54 years old. The brother looked good. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't crack. It don't crack. It don't crack. The brother looked like I tell my sons all the time, man. You stay away from drugs, drink water, man. You're gonna be all right, cuz. You're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all right. But we definitely lost one. And on another note, this is for people Southeast DC mostly. If you know, you know. A young man by the name of Curdy Top. Now I don't know this young man personally. I don't know him. I know him from his music, and I know him from an incident that happened in 2015, I believe, 16, something like that. That's not even important. But I followed him on Instagram, and because of the music. And long story short, he ended up having a son, and his son passed away from cancer, to my understanding. And long story short, on the 21st of July, he passed away. And I just want to say R.I.P. to that young man, and rest in peace to his son too. I'm not going to get into the logistics of that. It was just on my mind. Another homie of mine, my man Debo Wayne. Shout out to Debo Wayne. I looked on it. I was, scrolling through my phone. I saw on his Instagram. He had, basically put I don't want to call it a shout out when someone passes away, but basically he, mentioned this young man, and I've known Debo for years, and like I say, I don't know this young man, but I followed him on Instagram, and like when you get into the story of, you can look it up for your own. You know what I'm saying? I Googled it. You can just Curdy Top. And, I just Googled Curdy Top and this whole story came up. And it's a sad story, man. It's a sad story. I just want to say rest in peace to him and his son. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. I'm going to end this video on that note, man. Join the family channel. I am Stefan Joyner, a.k.a. Tricky J, a.k.a. a lot of things. You know what I do? You know who we are. Y'all be cool, man. Stay safe out here, man.